again. Wait, no, it is. Hey, it just took a second. There was a lag. But we're here now. Hi, how are you? Welcome to yet another episode of Those Natural Ones. Thank you all for joining us. Before we start, let's go through the usual spiel. First things first, this Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Standard Events Time, whatever you want to call it. 7 o'clock.
Standard events time.
Standard events time in the daylight. We are having our monthly in-person, doing a fun little one-shot that I've created off of a meme, so this should be interesting, called Amnesia, where all of these people will start with blank character sheets, and they will have to figure out what the hell they're playing through roles and fun activities like that. So while they go through the adventure and figure out what they're playing. So join us then. It should be a lot of fun. Other than that...
Will it be D&D? Will we be playing D&D?
Maybe. Probably. But...
It'll be paranoia.
Other than that, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Kick. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. All that fun stuff. Other than that, Scott.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Scott.
Scott?
Here on behalf of Those Natural Ones, I'd like to encourage you to visit our Patreon. Patreon.com/Those Natural Ones. Support the stream. Get access to lots of cool things. Merch. Access to our Discord server. Lots of other things. Apparently the merch goes out the beginning of each month, so I don't have the samples like I thought I was going to, but I hope to next week. There's a lot of cool things in there. I've been seeing pictures of them from the people that got them. So again, patreon.com/Those Natural Ones. Check it out. Support the stream. We really appreciate it. And one of the benefits is our Mishra level patrons get a weekly shout out regardless of my alarm system. So I'd like to thank our Mishra level patrons, Lesson 4 Marlat and Don Marlat. Thank you very much for your continued support. Yay.
Fantastic.
Yay.
All right. Anything else? I think that's it. I stole yours, Emery. Sorry. Like and subscribe.
You did. You did. It's okay. As long as they hear the message.
Exactly. That's all that really
like
matters.
And subscribe.
All right. That brings us to you, Sam. What happened last week? What are we doing? Why are we here? What is the meaning of life?
What are we doing here?
I can't
Why
answer
are we?
any of those questions.
Why is
but
Gamora?
I can tell you what happened last week. So last week we were left up to our own devices and we explored the dining hall. After discovering a crack in a draft, we found a secret door and a tunnel near the fireplace. We entered the secret room and found hundreds of mirrors, all in various sizes and shapes. After a discussion and some shenanigans, Orpheus's wayward wall sconce shattered almost all of the mirrors. Our exploration was cut short as we had attracted the attention of Strahd's Inquisitors, who very narrowly allowed us to leave. We made our way via the same coach that brought us there back to the crossroads near Vallaki. There Orpheus summoned his weapon and the Sun Sword, who was not happy that Arnon had let it go again. After Arnon took some psychic damage from back-talking the Sun Sword, we fought some wolves and made our way back to the church. We found Irina, Father Lucius, and Miss Swiss safe and recovered our things while discussing how to lure Strahd out of his castle. And we begin on the evening of the 22nd.
Fantastic. And that is where we will pick up. You all have donned all of your armor, picked up your equipment, spoken.
I mean,
briefly.
like, I might still be wearing parts of fancy clothes.
That's fine.
For
you
fancy
can
fun.
you can pick and choose what you want to. But discuss briefly with Father Lucian and Irina about your escapades in Castle Ravenloft. So, the evening starts to wind down. You're probably cresting into 8, 9 o'clock at this point. What would you like to do?
I think Arnin's just still sitting in the corner. Pouting.
Elric's trying to come up with a plan.
I mean, we still need to finalize our approach. How are we going to lure them out one by one and take them out?
I still say we parade around his diary and then try to embarrass him into goading him to attack us. Or send his minions to get rid of us. I don't know. I really don't want to use bait. I mean, living human bait.
We have a house.
It's true, we do have a house. Do you think he would go for the house? He's already got a nice property.
House Hunters, Ravenloft.
Did we talk about like potentially like having the guise of Arnon accepting, and then like we just leap out of the shadows and we say psych, and then fight. But it's like you only.
Oh man, the good old psych and fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Like pretend to take his caregiver hostage.
Sorry. You know, just.
I mean.
I think she means pretend to take his deal he offered.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretend to take the deal, but then like don't seal the deal and whatever that looks like for him. And then,
Yeah, but I don't want to. Do you think we could do that like not in his castle?
Yeah, I was like maybe like okay, hey, we'll take or not we'll heal or he has whatever. We say in so many words, yes, but like it has to be on neutral or something. Like let's meet in a strategically advantageous position for us, but don't in those words.
I'm pretty sure he'll bring his entourage though.
Yeah, I think we should whittle it down.
Is that like the full CD series set or actual friends?
Only get one at a time. We don't want a complete set. Not all at once.
Not a complete set. Got it.
Yep.
Garage sale entourage.
Mm-hmm. But like over multiple days.
Yep. Binge and entourage.
Think you can like see us?
Not if he's trying to use a mirror.
Oh no!
I mean-
Goth castles. I got lots of
Them's
mirrors
broke.
in 'em.
I'm pretty sure they had all the mirrors in one room.
He might have means to communicate with his generals.
What if he takes all of the broken mirrors and then makes them into a disco ball? It's just like this disco ball of doom, and then it's even worse. Because it like
Then we
puts
can
you in
challenge
sense,
him
like,
to
oh,
a
I'm coming
dance
to a
off.
party, but in reality, you're coming to like probably a massacre.
Let's hope he doesn't. Or at
We
the
could
very
challenge
least-
him.
Let's hope the idea of a death disco ball doesn't cross his mind.
Death
I'll try to
disco
keep that to
ball.
myself.
A death disco ball dance off.
Oh shit! Back in the game.
Yeah. Yep. He might No, we can't. No. The point is not to get him to relinquish anything. He's willing to. Okay, if he relinquishes his seat, does he lose power? Wizard.
Strahd said that this part of the plane of Shadowfell is tied to him.
All right. So if he gets tied to someone else, maybe we could get some other person to do it with the hat of disguise on. No, that would be terrible. What am I thinking?
I have an idea. And it's very macabre.
Say more.
This
Those
is
are my
macabre is
favorite.
my idea about what we should do with the corpse.
I forgot about.
Oh wait,
Weekend at Bernie's.
that was your idea. Shit.
Yeah, it was like a weekend at Freya's. Is that what it was called?
Weekend at Bernard's.
Stradzy's.
Salties? What?
Stradzy's. Weekend at
Stradzy's.
I hate to admit it, but that might actually be the most effective plan.
Yeah, because I mean, if he can, like, or one of his minions can scry, which I assume, well, I think we have to assume that they can because they knew so much about us.
Yep.
Hiding in the woods, waiting for him to come out one by one isn't going to work.
No. Do we have to desecrate the corpse? Can't we just...
I think we need to do more than
Can't
that.
animate dead
More than that?
and make it follow us.
Didn't your best friend boil a head?
Oh.
Gwen,
Yes.
how long does animate dead last?
Please hold.
Yeah, but... Wait, what kind of head is that, Gwen?
Hmm?
What kind of head did... Wait, who boiled the head? What
Duragar.
was that? What kind of head? Oh, yeah, that's a Duragar.
So the creature that I animate would be under my control for 24 hours, but then I could cast the spell again.
Arnon, do you think you could teach the animated corpse to breakdance?
I don't know how to breakdance myself.
Well, crap. Human, you're a man of
I have
many
a
tricks.
decent amount of performance. Can we see if I can teach myself how to breakdance real quick?
Yeah, let's get some thriller going
Sure,
on.
go for it.
I do want to say that
Do the
I'm
automaton.
pretty sure, yeah,
I know the
if I do use animate dead, she'll be real fragile. So
She's an old lady. She's already fragile.
she'll be more fragile.
Like more fragile than a commoner?
Probably similar.
You guys, I'm an expert breakdance artist.
Yeah, Rhett just starts like fucking spinaroonieing here in the middle of the
Whoa.
church.
Hold on a second. I said expert. Booker T is not an expert breakdancer.
Yes,
Excuse
it's a
me,
red.
sir.
It's a red Rooney.
Oh
I
my
am-
god.
Oh my god. Yes.
Is she like spinning on her back like a turtle?
At one point.
Because turtle bards can do amazing shell tricks.
Which Leon
Shell
I'll spin
tricks.
you.
Oh,
Shell tricks.
that's amazing.
Mhm.
So anyway, so now we know that I am expert breakdancer. So you're welcome, everybody.
Congratulations.
That's fantastic. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh. Maybe this is what we can have. We can lead a revolution against Strahd, but it'll be a dance revolution.
Oh, Jesus
I was
Christ.
waiting. I was like, it's coming. Is it going to be as good as I want it to be? Yes. Confirmed.
No?
King.
Anyway,
I mean,
The idea that I have with that body is to have that either paraded around in public or someone local attacks and kills the freshly animated body
I'll do it.
and in public.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I do want to say that, I mean, that'd work. I do want to say it's not going to look fresh or probably smell fresh. It's going to be as ripe as it was when it wasn't animated. So,
Good. It'll match everything else down here.
valid, actually.
He probably already knows that we killed her.
Yes,
He knows
but
so much about us already. So I think it's the desecration we have to amp up.
yes. So breakdancing, kill her again, and then
I can animate her again, and then we can do it again until he
what's
shows
that?
up.
There's a specific dance that's particularly rude. I think it's a human thing. Where they get
us to be.
real low over the face of the person they've killed.
Oh yes, the majestic dance of the royal teabag.
Yeah, that's it. I bet
Well-known tradition.
the Count would not like that.
Dating back.
I mean, what if we did an Earl Grey teabag dance?
Dating back to the Great
What if
Halo
it was like
War.
what was like a really like a nice
That's like
a
peasant
nice
class.
I don't think
Sacred ritual of
we were trying to offend
the
him, right?
pouch of dried leaves. Dipping the pouch of dried leaves.
Yeah.
Dipping
We
the
do it
pouch of
before?
dried leaves.
I think if we dip the beanbag,
Dip in the pouch.
the good old leaf sack.
Oh my god.
we do still have the bag of beans that we could
Oh my
use
god, I
to
forgot about the bag of beans.
We have
cause
the
a
bag of
distraction.
beans, and we have the container that can produce nut milk.
Ideally, though,
Ooh,
we
this is cool.
get a lieutenant or two out by themselves first.
Yeah.
They seem to move in packs.
Oh wait, maybe we can offend the lieutenants. Did you gather lots of information on them while I was trying my best to ignore the conversation at dinner?
Information?
I don't know. Their likes, dislikes, interests, goals,
I think-
short-term goals, long-term goals.
I think they're
the only
definitely
word,
Dungeons and dating?
just like us.
I mean, they might have a dating profile.
I think the only words they spoke were "get" and "out."
No, I mean at dinner.
Is the dating app called Blunder?
Oh my god.
Blunder.
Oh my god, it is. It
Fantastic.
absolutely is.
It's all on. It's all
It's
on
all
sending
sending stones.
Yeah.
God.
Intricate network of sending stones to find your new love.
Sensual sending stones.
Oh, that's the after hour
Wow.
version.
Maybe
of the
we
app.
could. Maybe we could
After-hour
put.
sending stones.
Let's travel across the land and put up flyers in the taverns, posing as the vampires looking for a date.
I think Nick is dying inside.
I mean, it's got to be terribly embarrassing for them, because they're at the pinnacle of their power and they're stooping to trying to find local humans to go out on romantic excursions. I mean, come on. No. We have this diary from Count. What's his name? Dooku? No,
It's a very different count.
Strad Van Choka, whatever. Chocobo and
Choke a bitch.
I'll say it. And no, I think if we spread the word of his stupid deeds, he might send some people out to try and silence us. I don't know.
Do I know if Strahd's the only vampire?
Go ahead. So I'm gonna have you do an.
But they're all vampires.
I'm gonna have you do an insight check. And since this
Generals
is
looks like they were just thralls.
since this is about undead, go ahead and make it with advantage.
I think it's time to explain to Butch and our
17.
listening audience the difference between a vampire and a vampire's thrall.
So with a 17, the only one that you are sure is a vampire is Strahd. The woman that sat to his right, that didn't speak, you can be fairly comfortable with the assumption that she is. The three inquisitors, you didn't feel vampire vibes from the three of them.
So, here's my thought. He needs these people in the town because they're his food. What if we
We
pretend
can't murder
to
everyone.
start? What if we pretend to do it?
Also, the manservant and the little hunchback driver guy didn't seem very vampiric to you either. I forgot about the two of them.
So do we want to like Romeo and Juliet them, where it like make them seem dead, and then
Except with food?
yeah.
How
Is
did
that the-
this guy? Oh, God.
I mean, can we do we have anything that we can temporarily slow some heart rates down without, massacring everyone?
We'd also need to get the townsfolk to actually agree to do all of this.
If
feel
they
like that
do,
might-
if they do agree, I can use feign death.
Well, that's what the father might be here to help with.
Yeah, like I can make someone look completely dead and also be blind, incapacitated, and unable to move.
One at a
Some
time.
real Sleepy Beauty shit. It's not concentration. I could do it 3 times. Actually, it's a ritual. I could do it without using a spell slot, right?
Hold on a second. Let me look at Feign Death.
Yeah, but there's like hundreds of people,
It
aren't
might
there?
only be for an hour.
Yeah, it
actually.
only lasts for an hour.
Well, we know he's preferential to a very specific type of person. So maybe
Beauty
we just
contest.
gotta find the right ones.
But if it's a ritual, how long does it take me to cast it?
It's
10 minutes plus
10 minutes
whatever.
plus 1 minute for every spell level, so it would be 13 minutes.
Okay, so I mean, it lasts for an hour. I could cast it as a ritual just repeatedly if we want her to continue to look dead. I just have to be able to stand over her or be near and touch her arm or something.
Can you, and this might be a really stupid question, so I apologize. Can you be in a wild shape and still cast that? Because then, like,
Mm.
okay,
You can maintain
No, that'd be neat if I could
concentration.
be like just a spider.
You can maintain concentration in wild shape, but you cannot cast spells in wild shape.
okay. I just
Yeah,
thought
but
that would
we-
be a way around the touching.
We brought. Oh, is her name Eve? Come on, Stanley.
Serena?
Yes. Didn't we? I mean, we brought her here to hide her, right?
That was
Yeah,
the
right.
idea.
I'm also trying to get him out one by
Yeah.
one, so going with the one that he likes
Mm.
Yeah.
probably be detrimental to that.
Well, maybe we should spend some time spying on the castle from the outskirts to figure out where these lesser vampires are eating or how they're getting their food.
Well, that narrows one in particular, right? The others aren't necessarily vampires.
Well,
As far as we can tell.
the three that cornered us. Okay, Arnhem, can you explain the difference between a vampire and a vampire thrall?
No.
Okay. It just
Just some-
sounded like maybe there's a vampire and then a lesser kind of vampire or something.
Think of
No?
it as something that has been made to do your bidding.
So are they not vampires then?
No, if they're a thrall, a vampire thrall, then they would be a thrall of a vampire.
Okay, then why were we so scared of them when they quartered us in the mirror room?
Because we don't know what they're capable of.
Okay.
And you had no armor or weapons.
That as
But-
well, disembodied voice of God.
Or any ability to cast spells. Ooh.
I had my shell in my claws. That was good.
I could have taken him.
I swear to. Butch, you
I mean,
actually do have a good
let's
idea.
see if he could take him. Like, hey, maybe he can take him. We don't
My
know he
super-
can't not take it.
Yeah. No, but seriously, go ahead with your amazing idea, Wizard.
This is actually your idea. Actually posting up outside of their walls and watching and seeing if we can get any more information about who exactly we're dealing with.
I say we plant a bean right outside their castle gates, cause a ruckus, see how they react to it.
I can go in as a
completely forgot that
raccoon.
you guys had that.
And dig it, bury it. Fuck off.
Trash Panda Ninja.
That's actually also a pretty good idea.
I like Trash
But-
Ninja.
It ignores scrying. If we're gonna go watch them, it's ignoring the fact that they probably can scry. And
True.
a big thing is probably gonna draw all of them out. That was my idea to begin with, to find their routine and catch them when they're not all together, one or two of them. But I don't know how we find that out when they could just scry on us and find out we're watching the castle.
Is there any way to know if they're scrying on us? Like, remember that thing we found in the ship that we realized was a scrying
Scrying eyes,
muck?
watching you.
You know, the black spot on the ship?
God damn, throwback. That was like episode 4.
I've
sorry,
been
it was like
thinking a lot
episode
about
8.
little shit that happened, like finding Hugh tied up to a chair when we fought the Hand of Tiamat and the scrying.
I like to
hole on
pepper
the-
in these little details that come to fruition like 60 episodes later.
Thing is, some of them are still unresolved, and it's making me itchy.
There's a lot that are still unresolved.
Have you tried a topical cream?
Nothing is gonna stop the itch in my brain,
Wait a minute.
except for knowledge.
Hold on. Scrying.
Yeah.
What?
Butch.
Yeah.
Aren't you capable of scrying?
Yeah. I mean,
Why
not
don't
today.
we try that? Well,
So just
Not
use their
today.
own trick against them.
yeah.
Scry
we're-
on the lieutenant or something.
If we can manage to scry on at least one of them, we might be able to find a way or something that would hopefully trigger them either needing to leave the castle or maybe get an idea as to how often they leave.
Okay.
Maybe should we move our base of operations to Barovia? So
We should absolutely move our base of operations.
Do we
So
have
we
to
need
worry
to-
about them looking back if they're scrying?
I think it's just
We'll find out.
like a saving throw.
Okay.
They resist it or they don't. I don't. Unless
The target
they have,
must
like,
make a
true sight
wisdom.
or something.
Yep. Modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. Physical connection we have to it. So we could probably scry on Strahd using Irina fairly well because she's strongly physically connected to him because he's done those things. But I don't know about the others. I mean, it's definitely worth a shot. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's the best shot we have at this time at least.
We should also definitely start sleeping in the hut since magic can't.
Oh,
penetrate
yeah.
it.
That sounds good. Smartest elves in the room, right here, folks.
I was thinking that when we were talking about acting like we're taking out his cattle, maybe casting feign death on him and then dragging him into the hut.
If we could coordinate being able to know when one of them leaves, so that way we can use feign death the right time,
Should
as
I have,
opposed to continually casting it, just waiting.
Should I have that prepared? Then
It's probably a
Yeah.
good idea to have that.
We're gonna use it. Hmm. Who among us is good at drawing things? Do we have any artists?
I think I've been the one person who's been actively drawing things.
Because if you could draw a picture of the person, vampire, monster we want to scry upon, that'll make it easier to scry upon them.
Give me just a moment. Elric is going to go to some place in this building to see if he can find enough surface area to do an accurate recreation of one of the generals.
Okay. So, which
Can someone go make descriptions to help him in this role?
general would you like, or which lieutenant would you like to try and?
Lieutenant, that's right.
Whichever one we think might have the least wisdom.
Probably not the one who answered my bluff.
Yeah.
Is there any
Wait
way
a minute,
any
but
of
I
us
agree
would
with the-
know which one?
Yeah, like how can we just kind of, how safe are our assumptions of idiocy?
Which one
50%.
saw through the bluff of the human? Does anyone remember?
Ansel.
Yeah.
So probably
Supermodel?
not that one.
Not Hansel. He's so hot right now.
So hot
He's
right
so
now.
hot right
So
now.
hot right now. It's in the computer.
It's in the
In the
computer.
computer.
So
I mean, if we wanted an easy target, we could just go after the stagecoachman. He looks pretty frail.
Aw,
it would
feel
be
bad
nice
for him.
to
Like I feel like you pick on him a lot. Like you sit next to him, like like I feel like you're bullying the stagecoachman.
We're not friends.
You don't have to be enemies.
We are quite literally enemies.
You don't have to be.
I mean, he's just doing his job. Unfortunately, his job is to an evil vampire overlord.
Pretty
I mean,
bad.
in a way, aren't we all like? Aren't all of our bosses in some
No.
capacity
No.
evil vampire overlords
No,
Not even a
no.
little.
sucking our very souls?
I literally serve a deity who's taken upon herself to, want to destroy evil vampire
Oh,
overlords.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. Fantasy world. Yep. Sorry.
So,
Oh my god.
Veil is thinning.
where, what are you deciding to do?
Would there be anything in what I've read to indicate what kind of profession the lieutenants had?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Yes, we should mock their previous professions. You're a terrible carpenter. Your calligraphy was the
24.
worst.
24. Shit. They're not in this book. Shit. All right, so more or less, so these three, the book you read basically talked about these three inquisitors in a more, didn't really talk about any or mention what they did prior to joining with Ulmus, I think that was his name, and Strahd. It talked a little bit about their battle tactics. It talked about Ansel being more or less a frontline soldier, whereas Tristan was more of a, for lack of a better term, more of a spell caster. Whereas Cosima kind of fluttered between the two, depending on the mission he was put out on. He tended to stand on the front lines. However, he would also sling spells when the time came. But typically he would focus on his sword as well as specific abilities that he had. Psychic-like abilities.
I think maybe Cosima would be the best target for the scry.
All right.
I would say Ansel, but she figured out Orpheus pretty good.
Okay. Cosima.
All right, so you're trying to write or remember Cosima's visage enough to draw them. Elric, I would like you first to make an... Let's do history check to see how well you remember this creature's face.
Butch will try to describe
Okay, so you can
the
do
best
it.
to his ability.
You can do it with... I don't know with Butch's whether or not that would be advantage
Might
or
not be
disadvantage. No, you can do it with advantage.
Arnon, on the other hand,
Go ahead and make a history check with advantage. As long as you don't have keen mind.
Yeah, I'd certainly.
24. Between what you recall and the little things that Butch kind of points out to you, you feel pretty confident. You can remember the face and main body type of Cosima. Excuse me, of Cosima. Secondly, I would like you to make a performance check to see how well you draw this.
Perhaps he could get guided or inspired.
Sure. I think that's an excellent idea. Guidance unto you, my child.
I'll take it.
Would you like to inspire him, Rhett?
I always would like to inspire him.
How would you go about inspiring him for his drawing?
Rat-a-rooney, rat-a-rooney, rat-a-rooney.
Rat-a-rooney?
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and pull out a Rat-a-rooney and just break dance. I'm just gonna like interpretive break dance my feelings to him.
I love it.
It's very encouraging. Like it's a little bit Mac from It's Always Sunny, but then all of a sudden it's just straight Booker T.
Somehow,
like, very emotional, and then Booker T.
Butch pulls out a pair of bongos. This is like playing bongos along behind you.
Yay!
This seems very much like an 80s montage.
Yeah, absolutely. So
We're gonna need a montage.
So there's your bardic inspiration. So go ahead and check that off, Rhett. And then, Elric, performance check with guidance and bardic inspiration, please, to see how well you you remember it. You seem to remember it very well, but now we need to see how well you draw it.
Okay. And all right. It's with guidance and bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Oh, dang.
It's an 18.
Good thing you had the guidance and the bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
And that was a 6 on your bard die, so fantastic.
Oh.
With an 18, so it takes you the better part of close to 2 hours because you're trying to get this as detailed as possible. But you take quite a bit of time. You're intricately like tracing laugh lines and crow's feet in the corner of the eyes. You're trying to get the hood just right. You notice the glowing. You remember the glowing blue eyes. You feel like after about 2 hours or so, you feel like this is a pretty solid representation of Cosima, and Butch standing back next to you and Rhett doing your interpretive dance. The two of you can definitely tell who this is. Might not be perfect. There are some things that don't look quite right, and there's a little bit of a uncanny valley effect going on. But
Ooh, good description. That's cool.
but you definitely get the point across.
That's cool.
All right. That'll give her a penalty of 2 on her save
Fantastic.
against the scrying spell. It's not the least we could do, but it's something.
It's something. All right. And you have to do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I will prepare it tomorrow morning.
All right.
After. Does anyone need healed other than me?
I
Just
think I'm
me.
good.
All right, let's heal myself. Actually, no, I better heal myself in case we get attacked during the night.
That's a fair point.
It's entirely possible.
Come on, spell.
Freaking, don't give Nick ideas.
Think he
He's like,
needed
oh,
an
the
idea
night
for
man
that.
wasn't going to come. Now he will.
Night.
And, aw,
It's the enemy of the day man.
always.
The day man. Oh, I've just.
Oh hell yeah.
Cure wounds. $16. Is that enough?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's enough.
All right. So, are you all taking
Buttons.
your rest, or are you continuing these conversations?
Let me cast Tiny. Go away, spells.
I do memorize pain, death overnight.
Okay.
Where's my hut?
Where is your hut?
Oh. Click on the symbol to cast it, right?
Yes.
Liamon's tiny hut.
Bam!
Fantastic. I love how there's 5 bedrolls, so one of you has to sleep standing up.
I just got in my shell. I'm
There you
good.
go. All right.
How long do we need to transfer? Transfer 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yep.
So I'll just turn into a spider and cling to the ceiling.
How long does your
I
wild
trans-
shape last?
4 hours.
Oh, perfect. And then
Does this go all the way up to
she
the
wakes up right as it turns back into a elf and falls prone on the chapel floor.
Everything's fine.
So
This is normal.
Natural alarm. Natural alarm clock.
That's all right. All right, so you guys do take your long rest. Is there anything else that you want to accomplish this evening before you rest? Any of you? No?
I think the only thing I'm going to do is switch out a couple spells.
Fantastic. All right.
Yeah.
So your rest seems to happen without any interruptions. For those
Seems to, huh?
for those of you who are trancing, clearly quicker than the others, morning, or what you can assume is morning due to the never changing skyline and never changing light and dark outside, comes. You all rise, and I would like you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, this
Was I able to put the sword down, or did I sleep holding it the whole time?
You make me all right.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Go it.
Oh, no.
Did you attempt to put the sword down?
Yes,
Okay.
to sleep
Orpheus,
or
my boy.
trance or whatever.
I feel like you would have been able to at least set it next to you.
Okay.
You didn't.
So
It
just
didn't.
like-
It didn't leave your general vicinity, but it does sit next to you.
Oh.
Or you had it on your belt. One of the two.
Wow.
That's the closest I've been to feeling it.
Wow, that's the best wisdom saving throw I think Arnin's ever done.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
All right, I still
big day.
need
So
Elric,
wise.
And Butch.
So wise.
You're the wisest.
Oh,
You know-
shit.
Always has been.
Natural 20 for Butch.
Natural 20.
All right, Gwen with
Damn,
an
y'all.
Gwen with an 11, Orpheus with an 8, Rhett with a 12, Arnon with a 19,
Big one, too.
Elric with a 9, and Butch with a 29. I need Orpheus and Elric, both of you roll d6s.
Ugh, I'm so scared. I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we just need one more.
We're in trouble.
Oh,
This is not good.
Okay, so this is what happens. All of you wake up through, your normal sleep cycles. Arnon and Gwen, you notice you come out of your trance. You notice Elric doesn't. He seems to trance for significantly longer than he usually does. When he does wake, typically around the same time as the other three, him and Orpheus seem very off. Orpheus and Elric, you have madness. You have
Mad.
you have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws that use intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, and you gain the following flaw: I can't tell what is real anymore.
Been there, done that.
Okay, Gwen,
Not personally.
how about you and I
Oh,
try and
not
figure out
personally.
who's-
Fantasy Armin.
No, I mean,
I was the one who
Emery
did it
was
for him.
playing it when it happened.
So, would you two like to describe how you wake up, knowing that the Shadowfell has entered your mind to the point where you're not sure what's real and what's not?
What do you
Gotta get out of here. This is bad country.
Okay, that's one.
Elric and Orpheus after dentist.
Oh no.
Is this real life? Just all of a sudden scream. "Ah!"
Is this just fantasy?
Perhaps I can.
Oh, is this gonna be like a musical episode? You guys just go mad, but it's just in song.
I'm
Just-
going slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad.
All right, do I get advantage on my insight
Finally
check?
happened.
Say that again, Butch.
Any chance I get advantage of my insight check to figure out who needs secured today?
No, I'm not going to give you advantage, but you have a regular insight check.
All right, regular insight checks. I'm pretty sure I need to do something for Elric because he said something about backcountry.
Oh, there's something else that you hear. Elric also says, if I just reduce everything to cinders, that'll have to get us out of here.
Okay, yeah, no.
No,
Where's Elric?
I don't think that needs a high insight check. What are you doing, Orpheus?
I think I'm targeting Elric.
Orpheus is going between all of his senses because he doesn't trust them. So he's closing his eyes, open, peek around, close them again, look around, kind of feeling around his mouth. He doesn't believe his teeth are real, so he's starting to poke at them. And then just kind of like slap his mouth, playing with his ears, pulling his earlobes down. You know, every time anybody makes a sound, he does one of these and covers.
Okay.
Ooh. You okay, Orpheus?
Who's talking?
Hi.
That motherfucker isn't real.
I'm not a motherfucker.
So Elric's going to
Just
cast
when?
darkness.
I've cast remove curse on Elric.
All
By the
right.
power of the
I tried
lunar
it.
lady, I remove curse upon thee.
Okay, which of these happens first?
I'm gonna take his orb.
I just want to remind, when it happened to Arnon, he could still tell that his compatriots were real.
Yes, you could still tell that your friends were real.
There's not your teeth.
Whether or not you tell your teeth are real, that's up to you.
Whether your other 32 other friends can join that.
Yeah. Who are you?
Remains to be seen.
Remove curse on Elric.
Right, because he
Okay.
can do the most damage the fastest.
So Butch
offense, human.
casts this spell, and Elric, your senses kind of come back to you.
Okay, which one is the human?
I summon the
one that
radiant
looks
sword.
like- it looks like Vigo. Is that you?
You summon the radiant sword.
Oh my, what the fuck?
No.
tell me
Arnon,
you're
you
the
see,
target.
you
Still
see,
bonded. Into it.
Orpheus, Methany, Constantine.
or Arnon, you see the sword hilts appear in Orpheus's hand, and you look down, and it's gone off of your hip.
I start doing the Luke Skywalker.
Well, I place my claw hand upon your shoulder, and by the power of the lunar lady, I remove curse from you.
All right. And with that remove curse, your senses come back to you while you're looking down the barrel of this sword.
Okay.
Is anyone else feeling off today?
Does anyone
Sorry,
else
Arnon.
need an interpretive
Here.
break dance?
Nice.
Is everybody feeling okay? Or
I mean, I always take one of those, but I mean, I can't say I feel great about all that, but better now.
Okay.
How's your teeth?
Nick, disembodied voice, can you clear the...
I think they're okay.
Clear the hut? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's the button with 1 and 2 on the side.
Just shake my
Button with
backbones.
one
I
and
have
two.
more if you need any.
There it is. Okay, cool. There we go.
Haha.
Thanks, Emery. All right. So, now that you are all feeling back to your normal selves, as normal as that can be,
Yeah,
The
2
day is
spell
yours.
slots later.
Thanks, Butch.
Indeed, you are my favorite human.
I kind of wanted to see Elric burn the church down. You know, just
And
to see it
I-
happen.
I need to tell you, Orpheus, after a good night's sleep, I forgive you for the tremendous amount of damage you did that nearly got all of us brutally murdered.
I appreciate the forgiveness.
Good.
And here's your sword back, Arnon.
Oh, thanks.
Orpheus, are there any animals you're afraid of?
Shit, it's gonna have to say today.
Do you say
No?
that out loud?
Thanks for the sub, by the way.
No, that was a thought. That was me.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, can we get a sub? That's awesome.
It's one of the party
I used
subs.
my Prime
Sweet.
free Prime.
Yeah,
sub.
just a reminder, everybody. If you have a Prime subscription, you have one free or if you have a Prime subscription, you have one free Twitch subscription every month. Drop that on us if you really want to. We would greatly appreciate it.
And even if you don't want to.
Even if you
do
don't
it
want
anyway.
to, do it anyway. All right, announcer
I do.
voiceover.
Orpheus said so.
Yeah.
I'll break every mirror in your house if you don't subscribe to us with your Prime membership.
That's right.
He's our token human, everyone. Our token human.
So,
We're gonna call that Orpheus 316.
Jesus. Sorry. Anyway,
16.
I do ask
Sponsor us.
Orpheus. Do you have
days a
any
week.
animals that you're afraid of?
I fear no
You did-
animal, no
you didn't
demon,
seem-
no devil,
None whatsoever, eh?
none.
Shapeshift into a female human. See what happens.
so
We've already traveled with a female human. That's not gonna work.
Above game. Now I need to figure out some obscure thing I'm afraid of,
Yes,
so
you
that
do.
you can just drop it on me one day.
not
But I'm
afraid
like,
of it.
I'm not afraid of anything, but I'm deathly afraid of one weird thing.
I'm not
I
afraid
need
of
to figure
anything.
it-
It's like
except
snails
for
or something.
rabbits. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
snails, because you ate snails one time and you got super sick.
Look forward
So
to that
does
on a
my
future
human
episode, probably.
Half not matter, like, ever.
what'd you
Do I
say?
ever does it ever matter that I'm half human?
Butch
No,
will never
they-
consider
You are an
human.
elf. You are an elf, and that is it.
Says Wizards of the Coast.
Ooh.
Anyway, so what besides Sam's angry dog, what are you all doing today, this morning?
Oh, that joke was rough.
Let's
Butch.
let's go look for a place to hide in Barovia.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm super good at hiding.
Like a house.
I don't want to completely metagame, but before you leave the place where Elric spent 2 hours drawing the picture,
Oh yeah, we should probably do that.
Yes.
I'll get out my
I was
crystal
about
ball.
to mention that.
Wait,
Crystal
didn't-
ball.
Didn't draw a portable picture.
no, he said he found a place on the wall to draw it.
Yeah, he drew it on the wall.
I can always take out
So-
a chunk of the wall if you want.
I
did like
assumed
an
Yeah.
8-bit
I assumed
thing.
you did like a full-sized mural on the side, like
It's
life
amazing.
size.
I know a
Wh-
dude who knows a dude that collects doors, so
What?
Son of a-
collect.
So
walls.
what's the name of this vampire spawn? Maybe person, not a person, monster thing?
Casima.
Casima.
Maybe Rhett can help with her silver tongue description.
Oh, they already
All right.
have the description. He just
Yeah,
needs
we
to
did
scry.
it real good.
Okay, here's the thing. I used the marvelous pigments to do it.
Yes, I bet you did.
I'm.
Is it
almost
gonna come
certain that-
alive now?
I'm almost certain that when I use that to paint, it becomes its own thing.
I don't think
does
you
it
can
move
make
around?
people with it though.
He made the doodle from SpongeBob.
Now, I'm talking about like a life-size cutout.
Oh, like we can bring the cutout with us?
Tea.
It's like the fat head of Casima.
Wait a minute.
The-
Does this mean we can carry it around like a cardboard, like you pose pictures with?
So eco-friendly.
Sorry,
It's
Scott.
reusable,
What we mentioned yesterday was moving to Barovia so we'd be closer when we scry to be able to get to them. So
Son of a-
we don't really want to scry here and then have 2 to 3 hours to walk to wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Then let's take this cutout and get out of here.
They just
Wait.
they scry on us walking with a cutout of one of the lieutenants slung under an arm.
Are we actually able to cut it out?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
Joey, Uncle Butch.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Are we making a hole in the side of the church just to take this mural?
Wizard, what are we doing?
We're taking
Everything
this
is-
cutout.
Everything in this
Wait.
church is smashed already anyway.
Wait, so we're just removing a section of the wall?
It's just paneling.
I mean, yeah, it's not.
It's just wood
It's not like I
paneling.
take
that went
this
out
off
like
and-
20 years ago.
yeah,
Shit.
It's like from
Try
the
like
70s.
40 years ago.
We're bringing some shiplap.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Let's-
roll up that ship.
I mean,
You want me
go in the
to
bathroom,
carry
the
it?
wallpaper and the
That's a
counters
big
are all
panel.
like avocado
Big
green
panel.
and goldenrod.
Can't we say
All
it
right.
was wallpapered? So you can at least
Avocado
roll it
green
and store it.
countertops too, right?
All right, so
It's
it's
like
had
our
all night
house.
to dry.
It's like our house we grew up in.
Arden, can you use your magic sword to cut it out? How does this
Yeah.
work?
Well,
Okay.
he said he used the marvelous pigment, so it's basically just a life-size cardboard cutout of this person at this point.
You just pop
Oh
it
my
off
God.
the wall, you know. Yeah.
And carry
No.
what's his name? Casina?
It's like a-
Casima.
Plaster of Paris. Life size
Casima.
likeness.
Okay,
Walking
here's
down
what
the
I'm
hall,
going to
like-
do. I'm going to
Ah,
unfasten.
oh, you're gonna
my-
cast animate object on Casima.
Oh,
It's
no.
amazing.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm
It's like
going to
Flat Stanley.
unfasten-
Like,
No, we're not doing Flat Stanley. We're not doing that. I unfasten my cloak of protection and I drape it over the cardboard cutout.
okay.
Put it in
Just
the bag holder.
realize, or just remember, you have one less to your AC then, while this is happening.
Wait, why are you doing that thing?
Will it fit in the bag of holding?
I think
Probably.
Can we roll her
so. Shove
up
it
like
in
a
there.
Okay, we're gonna attempt to put it in the bag of holding, and hopefully no part of it breaks.
I feel like you need to be like jumping on top of it.
I'm not making fun of your old paneling. I'm making fun of the upstairs bathroom in Oak Hill. Come on. The avocado green countertops and the giant floral. You didn't do that. It was like that way when we moved in.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The floral patterns that are like this big. Patterns.
All right, so we're going for a hike.
The accent on the bathtub door was that goldenrod.
Yep.
When the hard water stains built up, it matched.
Okay, I carefully put the cardboard cutout into the bag of holding, and then I put my cloak back on.
And when we moved out, hey, we changed the wallpaper. I remember, didn't Mom change the wallpaper in that bathroom at one point? I don't know. Anyway,
Amazing.
Everything always devolves
All right.
to Marley
Is it-
family lore.
yeah, sorry.
No, all I know
We're
is,
learning
is
so much.
no more angry faces when we're going on rants about breakdancing.
Anyway, all right. So you put this. You put
We
this.
just got anywayed.
You
Hold
did.
on a second.
I know.
Unfairly anywayed.
Yeah, I was anywaying myself. Anyway, so you put this cardboard cutout into the bag of holding without an issue.
I put my cloak back on. Are we ready to leave?
Sure.
Yes.
Then let's go.
Wait, I'm hungry.
You can eat on the way.
Sounds good. I can do two things at once.
Did everybody use the bathroom? We're not stopping again.
Don't make me reach back there.
You don't want to reach back there.
All right. As you leave town, you say your goodbyes.
Before we leave town,
Aha! There was one more thing.
there was one more thing.
Uno
And
mas.
another thing.
Uno mas.
And we, for the love of God, find horses. Do we know if there's a stable in this town?
Yeah, I mean, you would have passed right outside of the town gate. There was a small livery there. You did see a little ramshackle shack with quite a large paddock fenced in.
Paddock.
And you do see a barn in that area.
Let's purchase horses. Unless anyone's opposed.
No, that'll help us get to wherever they're at.
I don't know if. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm with Arnon.
Like, Butch, if you're worried about your weight, I'm sure we can find a Clydesdale.
Are you sure? Well, I'm glad that you're sure. But
One
knowing
way
my
or
life,
another.
it's gonna be all ponies.
Oh, no.
Oh yes,
Onlyponies.com.
only ponies.
No,
.com.
no.
If
We do not need that.
if push comes to shove, we established that I can wild shape into a horse you can ride.
Oh yeah, that's.
and you'll just
Can you
be-
just wild shape me into a horse?
That's not how this works.
I don't know your druid magic.
I know.
I don't like these
Druids.
horses
You don't like
shaking their
what?
asses at me.
A horse is a horse, of course, unless of course it is not.
So you think there's just a bunch of horses and asses every time you look over there? Can't get
Weird
past it.
asses. It's disturbing me.
Hey, our chat is worth it.
So about those horses we're buying.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to
Onlyponies.com.
seduce me like that.
Oh
What
no.
in the...
Yeah, I'm taking
That meme is how you end up with centaurs.
Oh, did you guys see the reverse centaurs? The guy that draws the humans with the upper body of a
So,
horse.
are you guys finding horses?
We're
Yes.
trying.
All right.
Yes, for the love of God.
So you walk into this. You walk up to this building.
Livery.
Yeah, this livery. You see an older man, very, almost emaciated, very, very thin, human, gray, long gray hair to probably past his shoulders. Small, unkempt, gray beard. Appears to be, early 80s probably. Slightly hunchback. Currently working with a pitchfork and a big bale of hay, trying to divvy out the hay a little bit. Doesn't make any notice of you all walking up.
Excuse me.
Huh? Huh? Oh, can I help you?
Yes, we're looking for horses for sale.
Horses. I got a few. How many are you looking for? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Well, 5 and a big one, probably for that green fella over there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we could probably do that. I got a few left, not a lot, but I can muster up about 6 horses for y'all. You look through the paddock and there's probably maybe 10 horses in this area. And quite a few of them you see ribs showing, scrawny looking, kind of malnourished horses. Very similar to the man you're talking to. We
Are your horses in need of feed?
I'm afraid all of us are kind of in need of feed here, more or less. The horses are no exception.
All of you.
As you can rightly assume, not a lot grows here, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that means everybody's kind of half on the verge of starvation most of the time.
Ugh.
We could still do with those horses.
Yeah, I can definitely. Are you looking to purchase them full time, or are you just using them for a little bit of travel and looking to just kind of rent them?
Alric, ask what the costs differ.
Yeah, what
What?
are the costs here?
How much would it cost to use them for a ride as opposed to owning them outright?
Unfortunately, we're running real scarce on these horses. So
Let's just buy them.
if you are looking to purchase them, we're probably looking about 50 gold per head. If you're renting them, we could do 2 gold per horse per day, but there would be a 100 gold deposit that would be refunded to you once you returned them to us.
And we're gonna need the whole horse, not just their heads.
He just looks at you like dumbfounded.
Pay him no mind.
He's just very literal.
$50 gold per horse. Sure we have enough for that?
We absolutely have enough for that.
Well, if you are looking to purchase them, yeah, 300 gold for all 6 horses, and they're yours. I'll even let you pick
Maybe
out
we
the
should-
horses that you want to take. Albeit my stock's a little slim, and it's
Throw in some food.
Yeah. But do you have any food that we can also purchase?
Should have
No, I mean,
taken
we
great
should
food and
Give
water.
him some food.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about for the horses. Because, the horses will need to eat. So I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about hay. My bad.
What's the most
Hey.
nutritious thing we can make with the jug of drinks?
Probably nut milk.
is pretty good for you.
Is it though?
mayonnaise.
Is it?
Oh no.
I mean, if you're looking for straight fatty, yeah, probably mayonnaise.
No. Just saying, we could use that to fill some barrels for him or them or whatever.
I'm sorry, Nick, but fatty mayonnaise, that's is that?
It's the best drink.
It's a whole
it just
nother
goes down.
it's a whole nother uncanny valley thing that we haven't even discovered yet.
That's
I
the
know what I'm
next
gonna call my
NPC.
horse.
It's
No,
Fanny mayonnaise.
I wanted to name my horse Mayo Feet. I need a
I don't-
horse with white feet. It's one of my Zelda horses. He's my favorite horse.
Oh my god. I love it.
Do any of these horses really? I don't know. They look pretty malnourished. I don't know if they can handle my.
We do have one that might work for you. And he kind of points back, and you see back in the back of the paddock, just kind of like wandering out of the stables, you see this larger, like Clydesdale looking. It's still not great. You still see ribs poking through and everything, but this one's is significantly larger. He might be able to support you without too much of a problem.
I was
We
hoping
can
it'd be a
name him
donkey.
Force because he's so big.
But do you have a spell that summons food of some kind?
Not today.
Not
Today I can dispel magic effects.
Not today, son.
What about Gwen?
Not today, but I can tomorrow.
All right. I'm gonna try something, Nick.
I'd love to hear that.
Yep. I'm gonna try a mass healing word on these horses.
Okay.
I can affect up to 6 targets. Let's find out if it helps with malnourishment.
Ooh.
Let's take a look.
Wait. Can I give him Bardic Inspiration?
Doesn't really work
It
for that,
doesn't do.
unfortunately.
It doesn't? Damn it. I don't know. See, Dracula's subcounter. I don't know the things.
Well, they all get 9 hit points. Don't know if that helps.
So you perform this ritual and cast it on these creatures, and they seem okay, but doesn't really do anything to the malnourishment. They still seem very
Now we know.
solemn and slumped and ribs exposed and all of that.
But in tip-top health otherwise.
Like, they don't have any wounds, but they're still starving.
Yep. Well, let's take them out and get some grass.
Too bad you don't have a druid with Goodberry. Oh, wait.
I good berry.
I'm just kidding. That probably
I
wouldn't
would
fix.
love to.
That would
I
prob-
would make them all the good berries.
Arson, they can eat good berries, right?
Yeah, she just doesn't have it.
Yeah. I feigned death instead. No, actually, it's a different level.
Either way. So, if you're looking for them, I mean, these ones would more than likely work for you.
What do they look like?
You tell me what your horse looks like.
All right, I'll be right back.
So, mine is all black, and he has like grayish blue eyes, and he has a mohawk. Like his mane is a mohawk, and he has white feet, and his name is Mayo Feets.
Fantastic.
Can I
put a-
find...
Ex-
Except
a gift of
for
my horse
two
in the-
things. One, his mohawk is kind of tilted slightly to the side to almost give like an emo over the eye type thing
No.
going on. And
It doesn't,
second,
but thank you.
his whole
Thank you.
he's got kind of like this arched spine type look to him because he's extremely malnourished and kind of whole
Look, I
backside
already
and
accept
neck.
and am saddened by the fact that my horse is malnourished. You don't have to give him weird Spider-Man 3 emo hair, okay? I've already told you it's a mohawk. I will thank you to remember that, sir.
I wanna
Disembodied
find
voice.
the most skeletal horse that I can.
The most.
Who
Absolutely.
polymorph fairy?
So you find a horse that would typically be white, but it's has not been brushed in quite a while, so it's more of a dingy gray. A little more malnourished than most, to the point where you can not only see its ribs, you can see damn near every single vertebrae in its back. You see the bone structure of its legs going into these long, uncut hooves that look damn near painful to walk on. Look, and it kind of like towards you, and you can see it's missing like half of its teeth.
What is it with these monkeys paw fucking horses? We asked for something cool, and we are at it.
You're in the Shadowfell, and you're in Barovia. What the fuck do you expect?
I just every time I want it just a little bit to play into the things that I like, just once, and not betray me.
I expected this.
Alright.
Wait, someone betrayed us?
Would the rest of you like to describe your horses?
Yes, my
What are
horse
their
is.
names?
What was that, Butch?
Oh, my horse is a very deep brown with a white mark on its forehead. It looks like a teardrop.
Okay. That white mark is extremely dingy. The
All
brown coat does have quite a bit of like molt to it almost, where it's got these clumps of fur from lack of brushing.
Sure.
The long Clydesdale like hair around the cuffs is unkempt to the point where it's almost dreads like in matted fur, and it's touching the ground around it.
Alric, can you use your magic to clean our horses up?
Perhaps.
Or, Rhett, you've got, was it fancy fingers?
I do have fancy fingers. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Would the last three of you like to describe your horses?
Mine is a Pinto, brown and white, and I named it Fatty Mayonnaise.
Fantastic.
We
Brown
have
and
the
white.
Mayo twins, Mayo Feast and Fatty Mayonnaise.
Fatty
Mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Around.
Ironic, considering yours is probably second to Gwen's, the most malnourished of the two. It's
but
got
he's got
one
one of those-
hazy eye that looks like it's full
got
of
a bum
cataracts.
He's
And
got one of those big, like, starving worm-filled
yeah,
bellies.
exactly.
Yeah.
So would you say your horse is the light FM?
You brought the bloated belly in.
Pretty bad.
I've disturbed Lindsay a lot.
Like really sad. Like these are awful. These are awful descriptions of animals that are in suffering, and I'm not a fan.
We're gonna eat real well tomorrow.
Elric,
Fantasy
Yeah, they
world
will.
sucks right now.
My horse is the only one left to describe.
you and Orpheus.
Be a little healthier. Like just
Maybe you can cure disease on my horse's belly.
Just
Mine's-
3 legs this time.
Mine's named Dingleberry for obvious reasons. I'll
Oh
leave it
my
at that.
God.
You have a brown horse with a distended colon.
Tumor.
Was it?
Oh no.
It's like a goiter.
Yeah. It's like a rotten pink sock just dangling.
Somebody
wow.
fucking kill me.
That's what the horse
It's
said.
not me this time. It's not me.
Did you can't speak with animals? All right.
I might have on accident.
I don't want to know.
Okay, Nick, you gotta rename this episode to like horse feathers or something. This is ridiculous.
Elric,
Okay.
you're the last one to go.
Horsing around.
Horsing around.
Aren't you that horse?
I have a
around?
pale horse, and I am its pale rider.
Oh, yeah.
So your horse is
No, just let it in.
basically
No,
the same
please.
situation
Describe.
as Gwen's, where it should be pale, but due to lack of care, it is a dusty gray, full of mange, That's the word I was looking for earlier. You do notice it's missing half of the flesh from its like cheek area due to almost like a necrosis of some sort. So you do see exposed teeth back
Named
here.
The situation.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah, very Harvey Dent like.
Its name is
boy.
Harvey Dent.
Also, the hooves have not been trimmed in quite a while, so they are splayed at the ends.
Can we pay the guy to clean up our poor fucking horses? Like this is so depressing. Like, can we please pay this guy to properly care for
I
these
mean,
horses?
can't
Can I make
Fancy
a-
Fingers do that?
The
An
dude
animal handling
is
check to trim the hoof.
Yeah.
the dude is
I'll
like
fancy fingers them.
in his 80s, hunchback,
Ancient.
emaciated, working by himself.
Yeah.
So,
Can I do an animal handling check to trim the hooves?
sure, you can certainly try.
Oh no, not a certainly try. This is animal comfort, Nick.
You want to help me, Rhett?
Do absolutely do.
Can
All
Rhett
right,
help me?
so yeah, with advantage.
Well,
Or does Rhett want to do it and I'll help her?
yeah, because I also have animal handling. What's your
Yeah.
animal handling?
It is. Oh god.
Gwen's is
Plus
+5.
five.
Mine's +7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me offer you. Let me help
All
you.
right, so Rhett, roll animal handling with advantage.
Yay. Oh shit.
25. So it takes
Did
you.
I do all right?
Yeah.
Nice.
You look around the stable and you are able to find the proper equipment that you need. It's pretty rusty. It's been a while since it's been used, but over the course of an hour to 2
course.
hours, let's say 2 hours plus, you're able to trim the hooves of the ones that need trimmed. You're able to make use of your fancy fingers. For those new, fancy fingers is Rhett's prestidigitation. To kind of remove some of the grain, the grit and all of that matted fur, kind of clean things up a little bit. You're unable to do anything about things like the one's cataract eye and the missing necrosis face of the other, and clearly not able to do anything about the emaciated state of these horses, but you are at least able to give them a little bit of comfort by trimming their hooves and cleaning their fur to an extent.
I feel a
In
little better.
Shadowfell, horses
Even
need
with
to
our
ride
everything.
you.
Oh no.
Great Mother Shadowfell.
Mr. Dead. Everyone's least favorite 1950s sitcom, Mr. Dead.
No, the one before it's even better. My Little Bony, Friendship is Tragic.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh my god. Please come to every
Once
episode.
again, thank you once again, Dracula's stepdaughter.
Yeah, please make sure you're here on
Dracula's
Friday.
All right. If
'Cause
any of
that's
these
gonna be a lot of
horses
fun.
die, sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. If any of these horses die,
when-
what?
If any of these horses die, you're gonna have to animate dead, so we can play Necroprancer.
Oh, Necroprancer.
I can also, if it dies next to me, I don't have to use animate dead. I think I can use another thing. If it dies within a certain distance of me. 10 feet of me. Yeah.
So, as you finish cleaning off these horses and get ready to depart for Barovia, this is a perfect time for us to take a break because it's 10 o'clock. So, stick with us. We will be back in probably about 5-10 minutes tops to continue and see what the hell these group of bumblefucks is going to do next. So,
Horses.
Rude.
yeah,
No, I'm a bumblefuck. I'll take
We're
it.
gonna save the world.
save the world one emaciated horse at a time. So, stick with us and we will be right back.
Apparently.
All
fucking
right.
Please
do.
don't.
He's right
It
off.
is-
Don't you talk about Dingleberry like that.
We're back.
No.
Hey,
Look at my
Lindsay,
horse. My
Lindsay,
horse is
can
male face, motherfucker.
Lindsay, can you move to your right slightly? Perchance.
Oh, look at that!
Hey!
Oh, that's
Even
awesome!
better. Awesome. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more.
It's like a subtle middle finger.
Keep going. 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 Keep
I
going.
won't do
Keep
what you tell
going.
me.
There you go. Awesome.
Don't do it, you tell
Perfect.
me.
All right. Thanks for sticking with us. We're back now. So,
Oh my god, I just realized what you guys were saying. I actually wasn't doing that on purpose.
as you have now successfully cleaned and trimmed the hooves of your death horses, for lack of a better term,
Steeds of death.
what's your next move?
We ride!
Go to Barovia.
Sup, Rovio?
All right, on horseback, you know it'll take roughly 1, 2, 3 to 4 hours to get to Barovia, depending on how well these horses travel.
How much does my horse weigh?
A lot.
Okay.
I'm not doing that math right now, sorry. So, one of you, roll me a d20.
I'll do it.
This always goes great.
I have just as good a chance of rolling as anybody.
You don't say
Alright.
that before you've rolled.
And he rolls a 2.
Oh no.
Yep.
Anybody could have rolled a 2.
Start calling you Murph. That's
I
what's gonna happen.
So probably 1,500 pounds.
So, you start off and you start going the road back to the village of Barovia. You make it about an hour and a half. You realize that your horses are not moving that much faster than what you if you would have just walked. However, you are saving quite a bit of strength by not actually walking this entire thing. You realize that at this pace, it's probably going to take you closer to 5 hours to get there. The joys of emaciated, malnourished horses on the verge of death. At one point, you do... roll me 3d6, please.
Okay.
So, at one point, you do come across a group of 10 commoners, Barovian commoners, similar to the group that you passed on your way out of the village of Barovia, all wearing tattered clothing, some with pitchforks, some with torches, makeshift spears, and such. They...
Look familiar?
You're walking, you're headed back, they're headed towards, seem to be headed towards Valaki. You don't recognize any of them, but they have the same mannerisms as that group that you passed on your way out of Barovia. They see you walking or riding. I use the term riding loosely with the state of your equine counterparts. Towards them, they kind of take a step off the road and kind of split. So 5 on the right side, 5 on the left. As you approach, do you do anything?
Wish them a good day.
I like it.
To which they kind of nod towards you, don't really make any kind of verbal response. They nod towards you, let you pass, and continue on their business.
Was there anything that might have given away what their deal is as they were passing?
I mean, you can make a perception check if you would like to see if you can figure out, or perception or insight.
Can we all do that?
I'll let you. Yeah, if you would like to take a look, yeah, I'll let you guys choose perception or insight, depending on what you're trying to look for.
Insight. I've got a
deal
shot.
with these Barovians?
Sup, Rovians? I got a 22 on my insight.
Nice. Jesus
24.
Christ, all of you. 22,
I mean,
20,
26, my bad.
yeah.
We know things.
22 insight for Butch, 26 perception for Rhett, 24 insight for Gwen, 24 insight for Elric.
They're
Come on,
really
Human.
staring down these people.
So you two, or you 4 at least, realize that, I mean, these people, you see fear behind their eyes. You see they are armed in a way to defend themselves. They don't appear to be handling themselves in any kind of aggressive manner. There is no organization, no training behind the way they are standing. You all are a trained military force. You can tell when people... You can tell the difference between a group of soldiers and a group of individuals just by the way they hold themselves. These are not soldiers. These are commoners. These are people who are just trying to survive.
Travelers. What business have you on the road?
And you see this.
When he asks that before the person responds, or I want to do it as the person responds, I want to detect thoughts, surface level thoughts.
You see this one gentleman, probably mid-50s, kind of horseshoe, bald, haircut, salt and pepper, very closely shaved. Also, all of these people similarly emaciated as the stable hand that you just left. You see this man kind of look up to you and says, "Just trying to get back to Vallaki. That's all." Gwen, you detecting surface thoughts, I'm assuming? Not digging deeper. Surface thoughts, you notice fear, uncertainty, a sense that he just wants to be safe behind the walls of Vallaki again.
Yeah, I don't think I'd dig deeper after getting that impression.
How young does the youngest of them look?
There is two that appear to be teenagers. The youngest, probably 15, 16, roughly.
All right, I will gesture towards the one that looks younger and say, young man, come here.
You see them kind of freeze slightly and does not seem to approach you. Just kind of.
I will dismount and attempt to say, let me grant you a blessing.
Cautiously starts, like, tilts his head slightly towards you, kind of takes a half step towards you. You see a couple of the other. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Absolutely. Go, total persuasion.
19. Fantastic. So you see he kind of hesitates for a second, but you see the person who's next to him, who appears to be closer to like 18 or 19, just kind of like put their hand on his back and be like, it's okay, in a comforting gesture, and kind of pushes him. And he takes a couple more hesitant steps towards you.
I will put my hand on his shoulder. And with my thaumaturgy, I will have the symbols of the moon appear above us. And I will say, may the mystic seer, friend of Palor, grant you protection.
To which you see kind of a half smile go across this young man's face. You look around and you see kind of looks of awe around more of the older ones in this company.
And then the symbol of the image of a crescent moon will descend upon him as I cast Death Ward upon him.
Fantastic. And you see him just kind of like speechlessly, just kind of like nod slightly, quickly to you. Just these half nods, and he kind of backs up and he says, you hear him, thank you for your kind words.
Blessings upon your journey.
And to you as well. I hope you have a safe journey.
I'll get back on my horse.
I'm going to ask you if something happened in Barovia.
To which...
Does something happen that you guys are fleeing?
To which one of the older gentlemen, the same one that you saw before with the kind of horseshoe, salt and pepper hair. Nothing's happened yet, but we assume the worst. The castle has gone dark. Almost like they're preparing for something. So, I take this small group that I could. We make for Vallaki and then potentially Kretz after that. Our goal is just to get as far away from the castle as possible.
Has the castle gone dark before?
Not like we've seen before. Not like this. We fear it's emptying. Something has the Count spooked.
Thank you. Safe travels.
You as well. You see them kind of... Excuse me. You see them regroup behind you and continue their journey towards Vallaki.
What the hell spooks a vampire?
Rob's garlic. Do we have garlic? Anything we're carrying?
Suddenly you see a giant Olive Garden sign illuminated in the distance.
And then it says when you're here, your family, and then Vin Diesel comes out and brings us the pasta that we can share.
Ooh, is it
The
takeaway?
end, guys. That was the surprise ending to this entire campaign. You're welcome.
Family!
Woo! Vin
Then we
Diesel.
find out that Orpheus's greatest terror is Italian food.
You
Oh, it's
don't need
Italian food.
you don't
It's
need a
good food.
conclusion when you have family.
Exactly.
Ah!
It's
Just
been a
taking-
long way.
Oh Jesus! All right, so as this group departs behind you,
Let's
Right.
continue on to Barovia.
you continue on. What?
As we travel, I'm going to think to my sword. How do we get Strahd or his lieutenants alone?
And then I think to my sword.
That is the part that you must decide. The only thing that I can do is end him. I do not have the means to bring him out to you. You have the means of bringing him to me.
I just thought you might know something about him.
If I knew something about him, I would not have lost my blade.
Hey, Rhett, you packed that diary, right?
Yeah, it's in the bag.
All right. Okay, good. It's in the.
It's in the bag.
Good talk, sword.
So as you all continue, you come to the crossroads. The same crossroads that the carriage driver dropped you off at. To your left, you see the winding switchback road that leads up the cliffside to the castle. You do notice that it does appear darker. You do see... actually, everybody make a perception check for me real quick.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Perception check.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, you're good. Oh, come on, Foundry. Catch up. There we go.
24.
Hey, I got a 24 too.
Elric, Rhett, Gwen, and Butch. I need perception checks from Arnon and Orpheus, please.
I'm sorry, what check are we doing?
Perception.
Thank you.
12.
That was pretty funny.
You're focused on your sword.
Yeah. Arnon,
13.
you're focused on your sword, talking to it. Elric, Rhett, and Orpheus, you do notice that the castle is significantly darker. It is far away at this point. You're probably looking at the equivalent of about 4 or 5 miles, mostly uphill, but you are still able to see it vaguely. You do see it does appear to be dark. Butch and Gwen, you notice the faint bits of light right on the edge. You barely make it out. There are a couple. You strain your eyes, but you are able to see a slight bit of light still shining through.
On the edge of what?
Shining through where?
The top section, a couple of the
Let
towers.
your light shine down.
Yeah, one of the towers, the central tower. You do see a little bit of light coming through. Appears to be almost a red glow.
Which tower? The central tower?
Central tower.
Red glow, center tower, up top. Don't know what that means. Maybe they're having a party. Blood red light party.
Oh yeah, just good old Blade fashion party.
Yep.
Now I want to watch that movie.
Ooh,
God, I
yeah.
haven't seen.
Let's go.
I haven't
Retro
s-
movie review.
Yeah, let's do it. I haven't seen Blade in forever.
Oh, let's do.
I don't think
retro
I've ever
horror
seen the
movie
third
reviews.
one. I honestly don't remember ever seeing the third one.
Triple H is in it. You haven't
I
seen
know,
it.
I know.
Blasphemy.
Anyway,
Ugh.
You don't need to see
I
that
suddenly
movie.
have to go.
I just remember the second one with Norman Reedus pulling it like the lip thing, and
Ooh, I forgot about that. Ugh.
Is the third one the one with the giant blood tornado?
No, that's the first one.
Okay.
Oh, good.
The third one has
Gravy.
Dracula in it.
yeah, I don't
That's
remember
true.
I never saw the third one. Anyway,
It's not good. Anyways,
Disgusting. Ugh.
I know I have, but I do not remember it at all.
so are you continuing?
Well, yeah.
So you continue towards Barovia. It takes you the better part of 4 more hours to make it back. And you do enter this somewhat familiar town that you've been in once before. It looks just as deserted as it was when you left. You see
Great.
a few, and at this point you're probably early afternoon, roughly, with your travel. Probably 2-3 o'clock, early to mid, stretching into mid-afternoon. You do notice that quite a few of the houses, just like it was when you left, most buildings seem abandoned. A few buildings here and there have a faint glow of firelight coming from inside. But all in all, the town seems slightly more empty than it was when you left, or when you came through the last time.
So we should find the tavern?
I was thinking we seek out Irina's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Rude for the horses.
Did he have
We
stables?
should stable the horses.
You see a small farm. You come in to the southwest on this road. You see a small farm. You don't notice a livery or anything, but you do see a couple's farms on the outskirts that seem to have paddocks. You could potentially border your horses there.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
So you approach one of the farmhouses. You notice windows boarded up. You notice no signs of warmth coming from inside. You take a closer look, you see weeds growing through the walking paths. You see weeds poking through the boards of the front porch. You look around, you see a couple fenced-in areas, potentially were paddocks at one point. Overgrown slightly. Definitely unkempt.
Are there any obviously abandoned buildings near those paddocks?
Just the farmhouse that you walked past. That appeared to be
It's
just as
there.
overgrown.
Let's check.
Yep.
What are you checking?
Check out the farmhouse.
Okay.
See if it's empty.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation or perception check. Your choice.
I will dismount while he's doing that, just in case.
Natural 2 for a 13.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You get distracted by a couple sounds and the rustling sounds in the bushes, and you're not sure.
Do I see anybody with a dirty 20?
Gwen and Rhett both with dirty 20s. You two, you don't see anybody. You look and you kind of glance through the windows, glance around. It appears that this place has been abandoned for a little while. You see loose floorboards on the front porch. You see rotted wood in some of the pillars. You kind of walk around the house itself. You see broken windows, boarded up.
Is there an old man on the back porch?
Old man on the back porch, and that old man is me. Anyway, you do see the door. You do see a back door that's kind of above one of those like root cellar doors. The back door is half broken off, kind of hanging on its lower hinge. You kind of glance in, you see a disheveled interior, like kitchen area right inside the back door, but don't really notice anything. Like it looks like this place has been abandoned for quite a while.
Want to go in and check it out?
Let's.
All right.
So you're going into the house?
Yeah, I'll sneak in.
Okay. Are you going in the front door or the back door?
You gonna
I'm
be
gonna
sneaky
go in the
cheeks?
back door.
Of course you are.
At Arnin's Nefarious Adventure League, we always go in the back door.
Sneaky
That
cheekin'.
name is not official. That name is not official.
Okay, of the two, you'd pick Sneaky Cheeks, right?
All right. So
Or Calliope's Cheeks?
Third
I feel
option.
like you guys are
Fourth
being
option.
a little uptight about Arnin's Nefarious Adventure League.
Would
You
you
guys
say...
are just
I
relax.
love
You'd
Anal.
realize
I
it's a
think that
perfect fit.
Anal is great. Let's.
Wow, that was amazing.
Real tight butthole of you, Arnon.
You're upsetting Dingleberry.
Arnon,
No,
roll
Dingleberry is stabled up now.
roll a stealth check for me. Arnon, are you going in by yourself?
Nobody here is stable.
Is anyone going in with Arnon, or are you letting him do his thing by himself?
Arden's good. I mean, if I go in with him, I'm just
Range
gonna
over here.
break everything.
True.
25.
25. All right. So you go in, you sneak past this kind of half broken off back door. You enter this disheveled kitchen area. You see quite a few. To your right, it opens up into more countertops. You do see an old stove there. Most of the cabinets are either the doors have been busted off or they're hanging open, or some are half broken off. You see a fine layer of dust and dirt across everything. You look.
No tracks in the dust.
It doesn't appear to be. You peer into some of the cabinets and you see some sacks, some like burlap sacks that seem to have almost disintegrated on themselves. You see a couple of those sacks with like roots protruding out from them, almost like you can imagine they were full of some sort of potato or root vegetable that had eyed, and the roots have just kind of grown through the burlap. You go back and turn towards your left, and you see a small dining area with a broken table. You see a couple chairs sitting there overturned. You do see a hallway almost straight ahead of you. Almost straight across from the back door that goes in a bit.
I'll check out down the hallway. Just clear the place.
All right, so you go down the hallway. You see the front door there. You do see it does appear to be barred from the inside. You turn and you see like a sitting room area. You turn to your right, you see a sitting room area. You see a couple like winged armchairs that appear like the fabric has dry rotted. You see some foam kind of protruding out from different areas of the chair. You see a couple springs that have popped through the cushion itself. You smell mold, musty air. You see water spots on the wood flooring and down the plaster of the walls. To your right, you see a staircase going back almost parallel to that hallway you came in.
I'll just check upstairs then.
All right. So you go upstairs, you see a small, short little hallway, a bedroom on your left and a bedroom on your right. Or, sorry, a room on your left and a room on your right.
Peek in there.
Okay, so you look into the left, you see a larger bedroom. You see the remnants of a 4-poster bed. One of the pillars has fallen, has toppled. Springs again coming through the mattress. The mattress looks dry rotted. The remaining sheets very worn and weathered and discolored. You see an old like oaken wardrobe flung open with a few dry rotted articles of clothing hanging inside. You turn to the other bedroom, you see a smaller room, you see a crib, an old crib, paint peeling, white paint peeling from the wooden posters or pillar, whatever. You see a yellowed mattress inside with a couple small sheets and blankets that are practically disintegrated.
All right, I'll go back down and let everybody know it seems clear.
You walk outside, and again, just to make sure you walk out that broken back door. To your left, as you're walking out, you do see a cellar door slanted, posted up against the house, and then you walk out to where the rest of the party is. I'm assuming, as well as you can, stabling your horses in one of these paddocks.
Yeah. At least I have some grass to eat.
There's grass, right?
You said it was overgrown, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very overgrown. There's weeds and everything throughout that paddock. You put the horses in, and you do see them immediately start like just going to town on some of these weeds and
You guys want
thistles.
to check
and
out the
everything.
cellar?
Of course.
I'm down for the cellar.
Down.
Check
I
out
didn't
the
even
cellar.
mean to.
So you go up to
There's
the
some
cellar.
booze left.
You go up to the cellar. You try and pull open, and it does appear to be locked.
I can fix that.
Uh,
Oh,
I was
yeah,
gonna
that's
say,
true.
like, I think the booze hound twins would love for the cellar to be open. The human and a half would love.
Does a 16 unlock it with another natural 2?
Luckily, this is a pretty easy lock.
I kind
you-
of got it.
You go in, you go to start picking this lock, and it does take you a couple minutes because there's a lot of buildup of rust and like detritus and everything inside of this lock itself. That it does take you
a potion of Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, it does take you a little bit of time, but not because of the intricacy of the lock so much as just the age and lack of care. But you are able to pop the lock, pull these doors open, and you do see a a fairly steep staircase going down probably about 15 feet or so into more or less darkness. For Orpheus, you just see straight black. For the rest of you,
Do I smell the booze?
no, you smell mildew and mold is what you smell.
Some booze could disinfect that.
That's right. The rest of you
true.
do see it goes down, since the rest of you have dark vision, it does go down about 15 feet or so and then opens up. You see a packed earth floor, but not much past there.
Go down and check it out.
I'll follow.
So as you walk down, you see a root cellar is what you assume this is. You see a couple rows of shelves of wooden shelving with more burlap bags and bottles, like glass bottles, some cans and stuff. You look up at them and everything seems long decayed. You look up some of these cans, and Scott, do you remember after Hazy died when we went into her root cellar and saw some of those cans that have been in there since the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just pure black muck inside of them.
All right.
I mean,
Anybody
seems
got
good for poisoning somebody later.
Purify food and drink? Anybody got that?
Not today. Today I've got fighting spell.
Not today.
You see,
I still wouldn't think that it would be a terrible idea to take some of this to maybe poison somebody later.
the room you're in is roughly maybe 15 by 15, and you do see mostly like stone block, like walls, like very old school foundation.
So it's a lot smaller than the house above, so I'll just investigate and make sure there's not more than to this room.
Secret doors.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
17. Brought my big dice tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With a 17, you don't notice too much different than what's here. It takes you a little while. How much time would you say you'd spend down here investigating?
As much as it takes.
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, I'd want to be thorough if we're going to make this our base.
So you take roughly it takes you about an hour and a half as you walk around the outskirts of this. Then you're about to call it quits and call this good when suddenly you notice something on the back wall. You notice buried in a layer of dust in one of the stones on the wall, you notice a small symbol. It looks familiar at first. You can't quite place it. You kind of rub off the dust, kind of blow some of the dust out of the way. Symbol looks very familiar. And while your compatriots are walking around, you look around and you see Butch. And you notice the necklace that's hanging from Butch's neck now. The necklace that Gwen found in the windmill. It's the same symbol.
Hey, Butch, check this out.
Okay.
You notice it's
Looks
this.
like your necklace.
You notice it is the same image as the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
I would also like to investigate.
Go for it.
Is it like a plaque? Is it like a
No, it's
carving?
it's engraved. It's carved
in the
here.
stone? Okay.
5.
You see it after he points it out.
There it is. I see it.
Can I push on it? Does it just a wall? Does it move?
So you start to push on it, and you do feel a little give to it.
Hmm.
Does
Now-
it need a
Can I
magic
pull-
touch?
Can I pull it out?
Now, it doesn't appear to pull out. Now that you're looking, would you like to make another investigation check? Now that you know
Yeah.
what you're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get help from people?
Sure.
I can assist.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
There we go. 27.
So with a 27, you take a look and you see that the stones around here, you notice small. You didn't notice it at first, but with these stacked stones that form this foundation, with a little bit of like crude mud-based mortar around these stones, there's a slight discoloration to a certain number of these around the central stone with that symbol very, very finely carved in it. Most people wouldn't notice it at first, and you didn't either. It took you quite a bit of time to look at it, but you do notice 4 slightly almost tan tint to the stones where all the rest of them are gray. You see in more or less the 4 corners surrounding this central stone.
These don't seem to be the original stones.
No, they do not.
Butch smash.
All right. It's hammer
Did you
time.
try it as a button?
I
Yeah.
pushed on it. It gave a little bit.
You press.
Well, let me-
press
let me-
Push harder?
You press the button. You press the stone with the symbol on it, which gave.
Yeah. Do the other ones give it?
The other ones give.
Can I remove or push them in all the way? Or
You can't remove them, but if you push them in, so it does take you a little bit of time, and you realize that if you position your hands just right, you can push all 4 of them in, and then press on the central button or the central stone. And
I
you
also have 2 hands.
you hear a as this large portion of these stones shift and slide out, revealing a tunnel about 6 foot in diameter that goes down slightly and enters a room. Small room. Maybe 6-7 foot by 7 foot. You gotta crouch.
preppers, guys.
You gotta crouch slightly to get in, but you seriously have to crouch. It's probably about maybe 5.5 foot tall ceiling.
So short.
Inside,
Anything in it?
you find a large wooden box.
Like latched or
You do see a large padlock on the front.
with my recent experience with boxes, I'm definitely going to check for traps.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Can I also assist with that?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to rip it open?
29.
Oh, this thing is trapped. And trapped a lot. You see intricate wires going through. You see, you look around and you see all kinds of openings on the walls, the ceilings, the floor. You see these tripwires going through. You look in the lock itself. You see, similar to what you saw before, where you see almost like a copper ring around the outside of the lock itself.
Oh boy.
There-
Does it
there's-
look like it's trapped to moving the box?
It does appear to be some sort of pressure sensitivity underneath it as well.
We want to back up and maybe just open it with Mage Hand?
Well, I'm worried that
So-
the traps are designed to destroy the box
Yeah.
and its contents.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I have a solution. I have the spell Dimension Door.
Okay.
Does that box look like it could be lifted and or carried by either myself or Arnon?
It looks extremely heavy, and again, Arnon would have told you that there appears to be some sort of pressure sensitive plate or something underneath it.
Guess I can. I mean, I could try to. They're pretty intricate. I could try to disarm them one by one, or
We've got
I could
guidance
try
and
to disarm the pressure plate and then teleport out with it with your dimension door,
What would teleporting with it accomplish?
getting
Where
it
would
out
we
of the
take it?
traps. Just
Yeah.
Isn't there a
Okay.
Isn't there a possibility that if you activate the trap, it'll destroy what's inside?
I'm concerned that it'll collapse this room.
well, I mean, if it does collapse and I'm the one on top of the box, I'll be okay.
Yeah, the idea is to teleport ourselves and the box out of that room.
That's not
Or
gonna deal with any traps in the box, though. So
That's true.
That's a good point.
um, I guess we try to disarm.
All right.
You guys back up a little bit.
So
Yeah.
with your 29 investigation, you see 3 basic independent traps. You see the pressure
my.
plate. You see the pressure plate below this case or this chest. You see the lock mechanism itself with the copper ring right around the keyhole. And you see an intricate lattice work of tripwires around that connect the base of the box to the lid, as well as that you can tell if you opened the lid, it would trip off. Which one would you like to attempt to disarm the first?
The tripwires.
Okay, so
Can I get a little help, ladies?
you're muted, Lindsay.
Yes.
Invoke the new
I think
team
that I
name.
only have 1 inspiration left, so
You should have 2 at
this is the one that you
least,
want to use.
because you only used 1 so far, right? You used 1 for Elric when he was doing the drawing.
So drawing. Okay, then yes. I thought I did it twice, but no, you're right.
Well,
Wait.
Didn't that drawing happen the night before?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. You're right. So you should have all 3.
Ha,
Did you take
I
a
never
long
took
rest?
a long rest.
Oh, that'll do it.
Okay.
I guess.
Let's see.
You do have my guidance.
Just flipped White Claw on my eye.
Ooh.
What a
Oh,
strange
no.
brand new sentence you just said.
I love when things manage to get in my eyes past my glasses. Real.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Did he do it?
So that's a 35.
Is that with Bardic or not? That's not even with Bardic.
Without Bardic.
35. So you take a look at this lattice work.
So
of-
OP.
Yeah. You take the work.
You break into heaven.
Exactly. You take a look at this lattice work, and you searching through it, you find one flaw, and you find this tiny little section in like the back left corner where they missed a slight spot, and you're able to kind of take your tools and go in through that spot and snip the wire and kind of unfurl it from there, and that is successfully disarmed. You still have the lock and the pressure plate to deal with.
Can I get to the pressure plate to disarm it?
Yeah, you can. You look and you see that there are a couple loose stones next to it. You could
I'm gonna do that
potentially
one so I don't jostle it when I'm doing the
fair enough.
keyhole.
Do another one. You still have your bardic inspiration because you didn't need it.
But I'll give you guidance again. I declare it.
Yay. So 21. 25.
25. So
Still haven't used that bardic inspiration.
No.
do you want to use it, or are you
No,
feeling lucky?
I'm going to go with the 25.
Okay. Just enough. The DC was 25.
That's what I was hoping for.
You find a loose stone to the right of the pressure plate. You're able to lift it up, and underneath you see these mechanical plungers, and you're able to kind of reach down below and take a little bit of shit you have lying around to just kind of secure them in place, so that way they're not. You take a little bit of wire and stuff and just kind of wrap them around and secure them in place, so that way they cannot expand up. So you still have one more trap left,
Go for the one that got me last time.
Guidance.
and you
Which is
still
why I
have your
kept
inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Say 30 isn't enough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy moly!
Oh my god!
That's
Break
not
into
high
the
enough.
DM's
I
room.
quit.
Does a 40 do it?
So you just rolled a 40 to. Yeah, I mean, you got you last time. You recognized this trap from the last time when it shocked the shit out of you, and you learned from that, and you're able to get past it. You're able to find your way through it, and with that 40, not only do you disarm the trap, but you are able to click the lock open.
Nice.
You kind of gently remove the lock and throw it off to the side.
Nice. Let's open this mofo.
So you open this locker. This is a large chest. Inside you see some rags. You see on the inside of this chest is that same symbol. You see a letter on the top. You see it appears to be an inventory list almost, or not necessarily. No, it's not an inventory list. You see a letter that says something about the resistance. Gathering weaponry for the resistance. Soon we will be ready to take on Ravenloft. We have the materials. So it goes on to talk about previous adventurers who have come through to try and take on Strahd, who have failed. Talks about a couple kind of roguish people that they had in the town that snuck into the bowels of Ravenloft after these other adventurers had failed and snuck into Strahd's armory, where he kept some of the more valuable possessions from the adventurers who tried to take him out prior. These roguish types pilfered and brought them back here to try and arm this resistance. They left them in this case under any protection that they had possible. Their most formidable defenses to keep these weapons secure for when the time is right. Underneath that, you see cloth draped. You see bulges underneath the cloth.
Let's pull back that cloth.
You see a handful of weapons. You see a handful of items underneath this cloth.
Does the letter stay still when I whip the cloth out?
Make me a sleight of hand check. No, I'm not even gonna. Yes, it does. No.
Oh my god.
You
Pull it
see
in, everything goes everywhere.
a handful of items. You see the first thing that catches your eye, oddly enough, is an hourglass. After that, you see a set of gloves that are kind of dark, blackish. You see a sword. You see a bow. And you see a spear.
Well, I know how I'm going to be spending the next few hours.
Sounds like a plan. We want to go upstairs where Butch is a little more comfortable.
Yes, let's take this upstairs away from the smell of mold. Ugh.
So,
Carry all
Pardon?
those items upstairs. Yeah.
Is that
you tell us the
in
things that you
character?
found?
That yuck
guys are in
is
the
in
room with me.
character.
Oh, I thought you were examining them while you're in the little room.
No.
Sorry, I missed the part where you brought it all out.
All right, so you all
No,
bring
I
it.
got assistance and guidance and everything. So everybody I was assuming was in there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you bring
Team
everything upstairs. You find your way into this shack with this handful of items.
How many rooms are in the shack? Just one?
It's a little place where we can all get together.
Yeah. No.
I don't love
Does
it
it
here.
have a tin roof?
Yeah.
Rusted?
Downstairs, there was basically 3 rooms, and then there was a stairwell up to 2 bedrooms.
Hey, if you put that battery in the shack, maybe the whole thing will shimmy.
Oh, Jesus.
In one of the side rooms,
Yeah.
I'm going to immediately set up a small altar to the Lunar Lady to thank Sending Moonbow for her guidance that led us here to this. Of all the buildings we chose, this is the one we chose. So I'm going to devote myself to some prayer to her.
Fantastic. So, Elric, I'm assuming you are doing something with these items?
Ritually casting Identify on every single one of them.
All right. Which one first?
Was there any booze?
No, unfortunately, there was no booze.
We got the jug.
Well, you got booze now from the human and a half. Boo.
Fantastic.
Alchemy jug yourself some booze.
Elric,
Uh,
first item.
first item. The hourglass.
The hourglass. Give me 1 second here to find it.
This pause brought to you by a
Insert
sponsor.
your
The
name
minute
here.
So,
a
you
sponsor
take
as soon as we get one.
Hellman's mayonnaise.
Hellman's mayonnaise.
Oh, Hellman's no.
You take about 11 minutes to identify this hourglass. I sent you a DM.
Oh yeah, you did.
Hey, Rhett.
Okay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. Sweet mercy. Okay. This hourglass is filled with the sands of reminiscence. It projects ghost-like visions in an area up to 30 feet, showing an event that has transpired in the past in that area.
Ooh.
The event shown is typically the most tragic, violent, or otherwise significant event that has occurred within a period of time,
Oh, that's
determined
sad.
by how much matter is placed into the hourglass. A pinch of glass put into this hourglass shows a day.
A pinch of...
Two pin-
It's
a pinch of
empty,
the
and
sand.
you have to enter it with sand, dirt, dust, or liquid. You missed
Yes.
that part.
Oh, right. We don't have sand in it, but
Oh, so
We
you
can
take
find
some
sand.
sand from the place and put it in there.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. 1 pinch is a day, 2 pinches is a month, 3 pinches show up to a year, and if completely filled, the hourglass can show events that have transpired several centuries ago.
Oh, nice.
Once used, you can't use it again until the next dawn.
It's a little hourglass of horrors.
Yeah, in case we want to look at the most likely worst thing that ever happened in any given room.
Terrible knowledge.
All right. You still
What if we
have
show someone
4 more
the
items.
most terrible thing that's happened.
It's an interesting application. The 4 other items. What do we have left?
You have a
Blackish
bow,
gloves.
a longsword, gloves, and a spear.
Should do the gloves. Arna needs a pair of gloves.
Because of course he does.
Yeah, he doesn't have any
Yeah,
gloves.
I mean, yeah, we can't see him for whatever reason. The gloves are next.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Hey, Rhett, why couldn't the musician go into the tavern?
Why?
She was barred.
So, takes you another 11 minutes to ritual cast.
These are the Death Grasp gloves. While you wear these gloves, a creature grappled by you can't regain hit points and takes 1d8 necrotic damage at the start of each of its turns. As an action, you can speak the glove's command word and cause it to animate for 1 minute. The animated glove detaches from your hand, begins to hover, and flies up to 30 feet, and attempts to grapple one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. A creature grappled in this way is considered grappled by you. While the glove hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you and grapple a creature within 5 feet of it. So basically, you're grappling at range, which is a strange
That's
concept,
amazing.
but
That sounds like something for somebody who's strong.
Is our
And
human
once again-
wearing gloves?
is he?
I mean, if you really want me to detach stuff from my hands and break stuff 30 feet away from me,
I mean,
Certainly.
these are
okay,
clearly
your-
gloves of shenanigans,
Okay,
which you are
your
very
track-
good at.
Your track record with breaking things makes me reconsider.
He just uses them to goose people across the room.
Oh no.
They're the
As
gloves
long as
of
they're not our
chicanery.
people.
Ass grappler.
Necrotic
Okay.
gooch grab.
Gloves
Oh,
of ass
no.
grab.
So there's a bow, a longsword, and a spear left.
Correct.
Bow.
Ooh, I like spears. Oh,
okay,
wait, do I? Or is it javelins?
Next is the bow.
I knew that was the one.
What?
I knew that was the one you were going to pick.
You knew. Somehow you knew.
I like spears.
It's
Get out
the
of my head, DM.
27.
That's why you had it
years.
pre-populated, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
This
We've known
one.
each other for 27 years. That's insane.
This one is called the Spider's Kiss. When you hit
Ooh.
with an attack using this longbow, the target takes an extra 1d8 poison damage. In addition, while you are carrying the bow, you have immunity to poison damage and can't be poisoned. The bow has 3 charges and regains all expended charges daily at dawn. When you hit a creature with an attack roll using this bow, you can expend 1 charge to have magical webbing envelop it. The
Person
target
shooting the bow? Oh, the target.
the target. The target must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or be restrained until the end of its next turn.
That's amazing.
That sounds so cool.
It's cool if you don't mind never getting drunk again.
What?
Just leave the bow in your room.
Yeah,
those
I'll,
nights.
I'll,
Is it carrying it or wielding
I
it?
won't.
This is in your possession.
Dang.
Yeah, while carrying it, you're immune to being
then I'll-
poisoned.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
put
Getting
it the
drunk
fuck
is
down.
being poisoned.
That's true.
Oh, okay, but hold on.
What kind of bow is it?
But then when
Bag
I get
of
super
holding.
drunk- But I can get
Spider-
super drunk and then pick up the bow and be fine.
There you
it
go.
matters. I mean, this
Yeah.
sounds like a fantastic.
Bag of holding.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and that,
It-
that bow's good for crowd control.
Yeah,
Only
it
when
doesn't
you're a
specify
ranger.
whether. Yeah, it doesn't specify if it's a short bow or a long bow, but it is a bow.
I believe it was a long bow.
We're gonna go with that.
Sounds like a good
I'll
bow
tell
for
you-
a banger.
Give me 2 seconds.
No worries.
Dos segundos.
The next one is going to be the long sword.
Yeah, it's 150 600. It's
long?
150 600 range, so it's a longbow. It's 1d8, so yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's a
yep,
long
that
bow.
tracks.
Which one? The longsword?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Where is it?
Focusing and concentrating.
11 minutes go by.
Hey, Rhett, have you learned about the
Yeah.
magic skillet yet?
No.
It's cast iron.
Get the fuck out of here.
This next item is the Nemesis Longsword. Once per turn, when you hit with an attack roll using this magic weapon, you and the target both become cursed until the start of your next turn. The curse can be one of the 3 following options. You and the target can't regain hit points, is option number 1. Option number 2 is you and the target subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw you make. And option number 3 is your attacks, including this one, and spells, deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage to the target. And The target's attacks and spells deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage to you.
Huh.
That's called the catch-22, right?
Yeah, basically.
Essentially. And now, finally, for the spear that I totally don't know what it is.
Nope, you have no idea what this is.
No idea. I've never seen this thing before.
Nope, never.
Fear of Leonidas.
This is called the Blade Singer Spear. Have a +1 to bonus to attack and damage rolls made with the spear. Spear returns to your hand immediately after it is used to make a ranged weapon attack, and gain the following benefits while holding the spear. You can use the spear as a spellcasting focus for your wizard spells. And
Oh, it's a wizard spear.
Yep. When you hit with an attack roll using the spear, you can unprepare one wizard spell to deal extra force damage equal to 1d8 plus the spell's level to the target.
Ugh.
It's a gamble.
It's good for fighting ghosts, I guess.
It's the only thing I'm not afraid of.
I'm afraid of no ghost. What?
Who you gonna call?
Yeah. All of the items are identified.
Ah,
You guys want to try the hourglass out here and give it a shot? Or do
We
we
have
plan
to-
on going anywhere today?
do you have to attune to the hourglass?
Upon closer inspection and remembering,
Attunement not required.
attunement not required.
Oh, cool.
Do we all see it, or does just the activator?
It appears like you
I
all
think
see
it-
it. Yeah, it's
it
ghost-
looks like it plays out the event.
So you know in what is that? Is that episode 3 Star Wars when he puts the little map down, the little map marble down, and the like pops out all around him? Basically, that's how I imagine this.
I think that's
Probably.
Is that 2? Yeah, that's 2. Sorry.
because he uses it to find the clone.
Yeah, you're right. That's 2. Yeah, it says ghost-like visions in an area up to 30 feet around it, around the hourglass.
It's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost. Oh, you mean in game?
Yeah.
You're probably no. You're probably like. Well, yeah, because after all of the investigation and everything, and disarming the traps and the identify, you're probably looking at closer to like 6 p.m.
And the sad horse plotting.
Yeah.
You could probably use
Those
the
horses are sad.
hourglass to distract and traumatize Strahd with some memories of his.
Oh, yeah, that's good thinking.
Well, let's give it a try. If it's almost sleep time.
Sleep time.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fill her up.
Lindsay, you
Go
good?
way back.
Are you doing that here at this farm?
Yeah. I mean, we don't plan on going anywhere else tonight.
So
for long last
who's filling the? Are you and so you go outside, you find some loose dirt and stuff. Who's filling the hourglass?
I mean, I'll do it.
Does that matter?
No, it just matters from narrative perspective.
Oh.
Me.
All right, so Butch, you go out, you grab a couple handfuls. Are you doing the full? Are you filling the thing, or are you just doing a couple pinches, or what? Because it was.
No, I'm gonna. I mean, we have no sense of how long ago this was, so I'm
See-
filling it.
2 hands of nightmare fuel.
2 hands of nightmare fuel. You fill this hourglass.
This is a sacred duty. I'm taking my time. I'm looking for good dirt.
You find a hatch on the side of the hourglass. You fill it with dirt around you, dirt and dust. Close the hourglass.
Is there a latch on the hatch?
There's a small latch on the hatch.
Okay.
Fill it up, flip it, so you see the dirt start draining through the hourglass. It takes a second or two, and then you almost see the particles of dirt as they fall start spreading out through the glass.
Oh no, I'm going to try and get it inside.
You see this
before it starts projecting all over the countryside.
The sand particles, the dirt particles start almost cycloning around you, and you see these ghostly monochromatic images pop around you. You find yourself in the middle of what appears to be almost like a hologram. You see these images of people, humans, plowing these fields around you. You see off to the side, you see that same house that you're in, just well kept, better condition. It looks like it's currently being lived in. You see smoke billowing from the chimneys. You look, the image fades around. You see rows and rows of crops in bloom, lush, corn, beans, other crops. We live in Ohio.
That's grow in a field.
We live in Ohio. It's corns or beans. That's it. No, you see this man standing there hoeing one of the fields. You see these small children running up. You see it pans to the side. You see a large, what appears to be like an herb garden next to the side of the house with a woman, long black hair, picking things. Suddenly you look over, the vision kind of shifts over to where the castle, you should be able to see the castle. There's no castle. There's nothing there. It's empty. You see the sky, clouds, the sun. It's bright out. This is not the Shadowfell. This is the material plane. This is somewhere else. You look closer, you see these crops are typical crops you see. The light is typical. This is not the Shadowfell. You look past, you see dark clouds rolling in. You see a man walking down the street, flanked by 3 individuals. You see another man next to him. These 2 individuals in front, 3 in the back. You see them walking through. You see them cutting down villagers, commoners. You see blood spilling across the dirt. You see clouds, haze and mist behind them. You see the 2 men arguing. You see it flashes back and forth. You see the 3 lieutenants. You recognize these 3. These are the Inquisitors. You see them grab the man you don't know from behind the arms. You see the leader, an older man. You notice he looks like Strahd, but older. He looks ancient, possibly 80s, possibly even 90s. Frail. Walks up, pulls a dagger from his side, kind of flips it. One move across the other man's throat as the others hold him back. You see the blood draining across his chest into the ground. You see the clouds rolling in, covering. You see a flash the land darkens and dims. The castle appears before you. You see scarecrows coming off of their perches in the fields, walking towards villagers, commoners. You see an old woman, a hag, a witch, a woman you fought in the swamps, casting spells, turning people into dust. You see a war, and you see Barovia losing. You see the entire village, the entire land, the entire valley enveloped in this mist, pulled from where it once was and deposited into the Shadowfell. You see a blood curse come from the slit throat of the man, the blood falling down on the ground. You see the mist riling up from that blood, cursing the land, trapping the land, trapping Strahd and the Inquisitors, trapping his entire legion in this area as his last breath fades and his body collapses. Time passes, and you see that body erode into dust. You see centuries pass in the blink of an eye until you are here, and you see yourselves walking the path through the mist into Barovia. And that's when the vision fades.
I knew he was full of shit.
And that is where we will pick up next week.
Oh my God.
Yay.
So, I need you
Nice
all...
word painting, DM.
Thanks. I need you all to figure out who's getting what of those items so I can distribute them evenly on Foundry. But we can do that after we get off, because now it is time for us to sign off. Don't forget, this Friday, 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time, we will be here. Actually, we'll be in that room right over there, playing our Amnesia one-shot, where they will all start with no information whatsoever about who or what they are playing. They will have blank character sheets, and through rolls, through insight checks, perception checks, things like that, they will slowly fill out their character sheets to figure out not only who they're playing, what their appearance looks like, what their name is potentially, what class, and what their skills are, what their spells are. They'll have to find equipment. They'll have to survive whatever is waiting there for them. It'll be a lot of fun, so stick with us. Join us Friday at 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time here at either youtube.com/@thosenatural1s, twitch.tv/thosenatural1s, kick.something. Just search for us on Kick and Trovo. We're on there, but they don't have vanity URLs, so you're going to have to look for it yourself. Sorry. But make sure you join us this Friday,
Where hopefully, when it comes to remembering who or what the hell we are, we don't roll a natural one. Or, hell, maybe we do.
Fantastic. Thank you all again, and we will see you on Friday. Have a fantastic night.